Friends, how y'all doing? It's Celestina, and I'm here this morning to remind you of something that is really important, and that is, why are you here on earth? Why did God create you? Why were you born? Why were you born into the family that you were born into? Why is your name your name? Why are you in that particular space? Why are you here? I'm here to remind you of a core that most of the time we forget as we go on the journey of life. I'm here to remind you that Jesus said in Mark 16, verse 15, he said, and he told them, go into all the world and preach the good news to everyone. Go into the world and preach the good news to all creation. Go into the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole creation. Go into the world and preach and publish openly the good news to every creature. And he said to them, go into the world and preach the gospel to every creature. I just read 6 versions of the Bible to you. Now that is our call. That is our core assignment on earth. If you are a child of God and you're not reaching out to people with the knowledge that you have, you're not reaching out with the people, the joy of your salvation, with the joy of your salvation, if you're not telling people about Jesus, then you're not carrying out the assignment that God has sent you to do on earth. He said, go into the world and preach. Go into the world and tell people about me. Go into the world and tell people about Jesus. Tell people of how God has loved on you, how God has helped you, how God has been your source. Go into the world. Look, if you are happy and proud to be a child of God, if you are happy and you are satisfied as a child of God, then you should not be ashamed to share your gospel with anyone. You shouldn't be ashamed. The Bible says go into the world. It might be across your street. It might be someone in your office, but in all you do, it might be someone in the market space with you. It might be someone in the bus with you. It might be someone walking with you. It might be your friends. But in all that you do, guys, make sure you are telling people about Jesus. Make sure you're sharing the gospel as Jesus has instructed. Because this instruction came when he died and he rose. He came back and told his disciples, go into the world. Now guys, that is simple. It is really simple for you. Because that is the core reason why God brought you to earth. Is to make sure the whole world knows about him. Is to make sure the whole world hears about who Jesus is. Go into the world, guys. Today, take a decision that you will talk about Jesus to anybody. It might be a little child, it might be an adult, it might be a teenager in your space. Talk about Jesus. Don't be ashamed to share your faith. Don't be ashamed to talk about the love of Christ, because that is supreme. The love of Christ that is shared abroad in our heart is not meant for us alone. When you receive it and when you believe it, when you learn to walk with it, it is a mandate on you to always reach out, to others with the love of Christ, to always reach out to people and tell them who Jesus is and tell them who the Lord is. It is the core of our belief. So guys, Mark 16 verse 15 says, go into the world and preach the gospel. So, go into the world and preach the gospel. Tell someone today about Jesus. Tell someone. Maybe that conversation might save someone's life. Maybe that conversation might turn the tides of bad happenings in the person's life. But make sure you reach out to someone with the gospel of Christ today. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.